A summoner has reconnected.
Testing. Okay. Ooh, it's been a minute, but I'm here to look into something again. I have a pretty. Hang on, let me do this. I have a kind of an important thing that I want to dial in. Um, Conceptually, what I'm looking into right now, and sort of the surrounding aspects of this game that I'm looking at, um, are how I can essentially like get an early cheater base for a dark seal without missing anything. I don't think it's really possible versus competent people unless they're like not sure what's happening at the time. I mean, I guess that's a question of their competence. Um, in this game, I was able to find an instance where I had the wave crashing at the enemy tower, and I was able to just base immediately. I just took it. I didn't think about it at the time, and I just bought a dark seal and walked back, and that helped me um, I was able to find a roam bot lane. I got like 3 or 4 stacks. I got like a lot of stacks on that. So it gave me a huge amount of power early, especially combined with eyeball. And that's kind of the only way I've been able to find that I can gather enough power off of early skirmishes to be successful in these games. Right now, I'm running electrocute, cheap shot, eyeball, ultimate hunter, haste, and cut down. And so these runes are very like takedown centric. It's not a. I mean, it's kind of it's very takedown centric, really. I need to be doing things. I need to be like having tempo and getting these early bonuses, and it just makes my game a lot better. Um, Especially with like Legend Haste giving me more CDR than Transcendence would. Um, just way earlier in the game in general, just me push more, just me roam more, earlier ults if I kill people, that kind of stuff. So it gives you a reason to like play for grubs. It gives you a reason to roam. It gives you a reason to set up kills and just be part of assists. Like it makes all the kills way more valuable in the game for you early. Um, it just makes them worth more money, and that kind of touches on an aspect that I find kind of is unfortunate with Lissandra, and in that like gold is worth less on her. I feel like compared to other champions, I feel like given how she's been like balanced recently, 1,000 gold on Lissandra is not the same as 1,000 gold on Silas or Viego or Syndra or Victor. It's less. I would say that it's like 75% efficient. Lissandra versus another champion. They just get like 25% more effectiveness out of the actual gold on the item that they get. So I think a lot of the actual power of your kit is very linked to runes as well as like secondary effects right now. Lissandra doesn't have any angle for one-shotting people at the moment. You can't. You can be like 4 levels up on people and strong and still not one-shot them. Um, because that's so unreliable, I don't play towards that anymore. I used to play towards that all the time. That was mainly how I would, find an edge in my games. I would, find angles. I'd be essentially like an assassin, skirmisher, that kind of stuff. I can't find those angles. Well, I can find the angles, but I don't have the damage to back it up, so there's no point. So I really just play to engineer fights in a way where I'm able to, come out on top by using thralls, because the thralls really are a lot of her kit's strength. And when you think about it, thralls are essentially like an ultimate reset. Like if you look at the base damages that you're working with, these abilities will deal a pretty much the same damage. So having your ult be able to reset multiple times in a fight is a bit strong, but obviously it's tied to the opponent actually dying. So you have to kind of like shift your gameplay style. I very much am like a very nebulous entity when it comes to team fighting. I float around team fights. You'll It's not that it's rare that I go in or like look for a pick, but I'm never going to be the first one to die. If you're playing this champion, you cannot be the first one dying in a fight ever. Um, it's just the rule of thumb. If you're going to have to suicide, to kill the enemy team, it better be for like a major objective and killing like pretty much all of them. That's the only acceptable instance. If you're dying, you're losing tempo on the map, you're losing gold, you're losing experience, and this champion already starts at a deficit. So if you're losing more than that, you're on you're on your speed running becoming completely worthless. Which is very easy to do on this champion, especially if you build the wrong items. Unfortunately, if you just build run of the mill items that don't have proper actives for you, like you're just useless. Which is very annoying. not to say that this champion should be super OP, but I'm just gonna move on to the actual game and like just look into why this occurred the way it did, because I was able to find this reset here. Early she was not, so just to like sort of run through this, I may as well just analyze it as I'm going and sort of build to why I was able to do what I did. And I guess it'll show like why it might not be a viable thing in the future as well, depending on the type of player I'm playing against. This Anivia wasn't very good. They weren't looking at Anivia main. An Anivia player would have Ignite, and they would be just walking at me here level 1. This guy was happily just standing around, kind of doing nothing. So I was able to just farm for free here. I let the wave pull into me because, honestly, I'm the most likely to get ganked in this game. It's surprisingly enough, it's either me or it's going to be bot lane. And I think that Misfortune and Soraka definitely have much better trading early than Lulu and Kai'Sa. Unless they screw up really bad. They have really good neutral and they have better range. So if you look at this, like Camille's going to be hyper aggroing Yorick. He's already trading with him, so she's going to be pushing this. The only lane left is going to be me. So Xin will, if I push this, I'm guaranteed going to get ganked, or I'll have it like stuck here and I can't push it in. And this is another one of the situations that is the worst as well for Lissandra. If the wave is here, it's so terrible. It's such a terrible area for the wave to be in. You can't really walk up because the enemy can just walk past their minions and fight you and you'll just lose because your champion's so weak. So I try and avoid having the wave like right here unless I'm playing against a melee champion that I'm bullying as they're trying to like last it or like trying to walk up. But against like a Nivea or something like that, this guy just gave me a complete free pass to laning. Those Qs and stuff like that, usually Nivea would throw them out in a certain way to like try and stop me from CSing earlier than level 2, so it's not really a big deal. Like I just dodge it easily. She's not Eing me, she's not autoing me, like she's literally just letting me lane for free. And so I get the early level 3 here. And I use a W on the wave. I think it's because I queued the wave earlier as well here. How much gold do I have? P. It's not P, it's O. X. It's not X. It is. It's not S. Is it Z? It's not Z. Hotkeys, interface. I want to see the gold because I feel like I reset here. I think my X key got taken off because of TFT. Show some of our names. Total scoreboard items. So this was supposed to be X. There we go. So I have 362 gold here. And this is where I actually find the base. So I get the push in here. I get level 3 early, and I just E the wave and then base. So I have I'm half mana, which is already bad for me because it means I can't really play. Like I can play to pretty much push like a wave, but if I start trading, I'm just gonna go Uma and be stuck in lane. So I'm just basing here. So I just want to go back and sort of see what led to this. So lane starts, because I want to recreate this. If I can, I would love for every single game to go exactly like this, where the enemy leaves me alone, and I'm just chilling, and then I get my early base off and miss nothing. So early lane, we stay here for the first wave. I Q to get the last hit. I hit the back minion. She's pushing towards me more a little bit here. Now it's kind of pushing towards her a little bit. Her minions have less HP. So it's a bit trimmed. It's going to stick around here. I Q the wave a little bit here. Get these two. It's in the middle. It's kind of pushing back to her now. So this is important. I'm not sure if my brain is big enough to really get it. But this wave, kind of like her having her melees walk down here and me killing melees earlier than her, makes the wave push towards her, gives me the advantage here. She's not using spells on the wave really at all. I get all these creeps, which is good. But then this is pushing towards her now. So now this is a slow push into her, and it will crash on it can really easily crash on the next wave. She looks for a Q on me. I dodge it. She hits the 2 creeps to the back. So if she had hit the whole wave here, this would be really hard for me to crash. And I'd probably have to lose some HP to crash it. But early game, if I'm full HP like this, I can actually crash a wave just by tanking the enemy champion and then walking away. It's fine for me to do that early. The only problem with that is that they might run up past their wave to try and stop me, at which point it's just okay, dude, chill. So here we have 2 creeps on her. We have 1 creep on her. The wave is a little bit on her side. It's not really that much on her side. But I feel like... Okay, so we get big Q here on the wave. I just decided to start pushing. Use my Q to last it here. Ult this. And then I just decide... So the important thing is prepping this for my E to kill. So let me see. So 1 Q here. They have 296 HP. My Q is doing 107. 196. This is 296. So 2 Qs is what? 214? And then my E... So 214... Hang on. Calc. So 296 minus 214 is 82. My E does 92 damage. So 2 Qs and an E will kill the wave. Will kill backline. That's good to know. But the front line has 477, which means that after 2 Qs and an E, let's see. So we have 214 is 2 Qs. 214 is 2 Qs plus 92, which is our E, plus W, which is 95, is 401. So minions will... It'll take me like 3 Qs, W and E to kill melees. Which is a lot. Dude, they need to... Melee HP is kind of broken, honestly. Like, they nerf this. Make this 377 instead. But, yeah, so that makes it... So, I guess I can prep the melees here. If I look back, how did I prep it? So, I'm queuing a little bit. So, as these come in here, what do I do? So, I auto the first one, auto the second one, queue. So, my auto does 57 right now. I mean, that brings it kind of close. Like, brings it kind of close. Because there's what? Yeah, it's like, it brings it within 15 to 20 HP. So if my minions are hitting it, that means that I can lower the amount of Qs needed by like 1. So the whole 2 Qs and E and a W thing still works out there. If my minions are hitting melees, which they are. So it's not that bad. I wouldn't... What's the DPS on these? So 24 per 0.6775 seconds. So yeah, I'm like 4 or 5 seconds would be enough for minions. So I find this, I use my E here, get all the little creeps, I crash it, and then I just walk back here in base. Wave is... It's a cannon wave as well. So that's the first 3 waves. I'm level 3. I'm basing. I'm getting a Dark Seal. Regenerating all my mana. Getting a potion, I think. Well, I didn't use a potion, so I probably didn't buy another one. I could have bought a pink, though, but it's not necessary this early in the game. And then this wave is now slow pushing back. I'm 18 CS to her 17, so it looks like she probably missed some of the tower. Let's see if she got these or not. She's at 14 now. These are the rest of the 4 that she's supposed to get. She gets the cannon. She misses this one. That's 1. She gets that one. She misses this one. She misses 2. So she should be at like... She should also be at 18 right now. Amount of minions in a wave. There's 6 in a wave. So this is the 3rd wave, which is... I mean, there's 7, I think, in the 4th wave. Because of the cannon. So 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 7 is 19. So I missed 1 creep. But she missed 3. And she missed the 2 under tower as well. So... But she does have enough gold to, like, get something, but she can't base on this wave. So she's lane locked. She's lane locked. I am basing with full mana. She has... I mean, she hasn't really used any spells, so it's not a big deal. But I'm full mana. Hey, Puffy. I'm ready for any skirmish that happens in the river. I guess I'm ready for a scuttle fight if it happens, which doesn't. But I'm here. Like, I'm here for this reset. I go and drop a ward here for scuttle for the Xin, just in case he happens to be walking up here. If Xin was walking up for this, we would just get a kill here, and I would have 2 stacks plus dark plus eyeball. So I think that this is kind of the correct way I'd want to play the early. Like, this seems a very potent way to play the early. But she, you know, the opponent really has to give me that opportunity. You can see Xin walking down here now. and I'm equipped to fight this. I have full mana. Like if I was half mana here and I hadn't reset, I would be in a lot of trouble because I can't actually depress this wave without just going and then being unable to participate with the fight in River. So I feel like this kind of has to be how I play the early, especially considering my champion's mana restraints. And I'm not running a mana rune as well. And like when it comes to matchups like Anivia, like Hui, like Syndra, like Orianna, it's really not good to even assume, like if they're a good player, you're really not going to be proccing mana flow because they're going to bully you outside of your range. So mana flow will do nothing for you in lane, and you'll get to like 15 minutes and your mana flow won't even be stacked. So like there's no point running it. I just have a bunch of early game runes which are pretty optimal and very good for early skirmishes as well. So I get infinite damage out of cheap shot. I get infinite damage out of cut down. Conversely, I mean, Anivia has coup de grace. Like these are pretty compared to mine. I'd say she really only has damage coming out of Arcane Comet and Scorch. Well, I have like I guess she doesn't have cut down, but I feel like cut down's better early. And I have like all this, so yeah. This is how I want to play this when I can. But I do think that like this Anivia and Xin, I mean in particular as well, we're not playing that well. So I doubt I'll be able to actually find something as clean as that against competent players. Definitely something to look for though. At least how to prep it. Thing is, they'll usually fight me on those earlier waves. So it kind of makes it problematic. It's good like if I'm taking those trades like without the intention of actually like winning them and just trading to like lane lock them so I can reset, then it's fine. Like I've done that. I do that to like Orianna players and Syndra players like all the time. I'll just be like preparing the wave to crash and they'll be trying to bully me the whole time and I'm just like okay, and then I just walk away and they're stuck at tower. So that's really how you have to play those matchups because you can't really win. Oh yeah. And the way this all ended up being set up, because she doesn't have base, I'm stronger than her lane, and I'm ready for the skirmishes, and I have enough AP to like kind of push this a bit better. I literally just E over the thing, push this, and I saw an opportunity here bot lane. I saw the Xin kind of sitting on this thing. I didn't have 6 yet, but I was like looking for something. And I figured there's no way, because they had wards here. They had 2 wards. Like, literally, they saw me. There's no way that they didn't see me. They had these 2 wards, and I was like, okay, well, they're going to see me and back off. Like, I at least want to keep my team safe, but just in case they do something crazy, like, I'm coming. The Xin flash Ws. I don't know why. Then their bot lane recommits, like, this is even playable. And then they're, like, trying to play this, and it is not it. Kai'Sa goes down, but they're in a terrible spot now. I think the Soraka used her E way too early. Soraka needed to, like... Okay, so there's a couple things about this that Soraka did wrong. Obviously, like, she didn't heal early enough. Also, this Misfortune had barrier? What? She just didn't use her barrier. Okay, well, I guess we should have lost this. That's crazy. I thought she didn't have barrier. So, unless this is bugged, like, the Soraka used her heal late, so Misfortune died still, and Misfortune just didn't use her barrier. I guess she assumed she was going to die anyway. But I think if she barriered here and the Soraka healed, I would not have killed them. Because I was pretty much going to use my E to just get away here. But I was like, you know what? We can probably play this out, and I E'd over. And just, kite it out while Lulu hit them for free. And also, this Lulu played it very well. She's just actually, like, right-clicking people and killing them. Doing a great job. This guy has his E up in 1 second, so I'm just not getting near him, staying away, but staying close enough to my passive procs. And this was just, a great play, honestly. And I still have my TP up because of how I reset, so I was just able to base here. And the waves cracked, like, the Anivia is struggling to crash it. I think she just hit 6, right? So she, like, just barely hit 6 off of this, and then she's, for some reason, just holding her R, but she starts trying to push. While I can just base here, get my Lost Chapter, my boot, and I'm here. I kind of took a terrible trade here, but yeah, that's like S plus early game for me. But really, that's only possible because of how Zen and Anivia played. So it's kind of hard to say that that's something that I could reliably do. Uh, but at least I know why it happened. Like at least I know how I can engineer it if I get the opportunity. So that's really it. Will, are you still here, or are you just gone? Yeah, okay. Because usually I just put these on and then do like yapping over whatever I wanted to think about, and then I just turn off my stream. So I I don't actually keep this thing on for games these days.